All right, y'all. Today's video is going to be covering the introduction of futures trading. So, if you don't know what futures trading is, by the end of this video, you're going to have an understanding of futures trading. In this video, I'm not going to be covering the strategies exactly, but I'm going to be covering the things that you have to know to become a successful trader in the end. So, this is pretty much a mandatory video. If you know nothing about trading, you pretty much have to watch this video because this is going to be your guideline of how to move in the future. So, with futures, the thing you're actually trading are contracts. You're not trading stocks. You do not have ownership of the asset that you are purchasing. You're just temporarily buying it and selling it. So, when trading futures, you're just trading price movement, whether it's going to go up and be bullish or go down and be bearish. And a good way to remember bullish and bearish is bulls have horns that go up and bears have fur that go down. I remember somebody said that in a video one time and I remembered it and it stuck with me. So hopefully that's the thing that helps y'all understand too. This is why I picked futures over other markets such as options, forex, or crypto. And futures you can leverage. You can have smaller capital with bigger potential returns. The way you do this is by using prop firms. I'm gonna cover this in the later slides of this video so y'all understand what prop firms are and how you can use it to your advantage. Number two, futures has higher liquidity and it allows for tighter spreads, cleaner entries, and exits. So if you want to enter a trade, 9 times out of 10, you're getting filled right away. If you want to exit a trade, 9 times out of 10, you're exiting right away. There's times when trading options where you might enter a trade and it might take a couple minutes and you can't get in the trade and you miss your setup. Or if you try to exit and now the trade's reversing on you, you still can't get out and now you're losing money because there's not enough liquidity in the market. So futures eliminates that problem and allows you to get in and get out exactly where you want. Number three, no Greeks, which makes it simpler than options. You don't have to deal with time decay. So let's say you had an options trade, right? And you were in a trade for 5 minutes and it hit your take profit. That same exact trade, if it took 4 hours to hit your take profit, you would lose more money on the 4-hour trade because there's theta, which is the time decay that wears down your contract over time. And futures, you do not have that problem. If your trade hits take profit in 5 minutes, or 4 hours, you're still going to make the same amount regardless. And in addition to that, when trading options, you do not have certainty on how much you're making per trade or how much you're losing per trade because of these extra variables. When trading futures, you have a clear-cut price of how much you're making and how much you're losing per trade based on the amount of contracts you're entering in. Point number 4, you're trading price action. Pure movement, no hidden math. That goes on to my other point. It just makes the whole process so much easier because you're just determining whether it's long or short, which means the market's bullish or bearish. And number 5 is direct, clean, and built for disciplined traders. So as long as you follow your strategy to the very end, you will have success in it. Your goal as a trader isn't to predict, it's to execute your edge over time. So it's about following your strategy repeatedly over time because every trade is just one outcome in a series. You can't control which ones are going to win or lose. You can only control how you respond to each trade. And I included this quote by Mark Douglas, which is a guy who wrote the book called The Psychology of Money. He said, the hard, cold reality of trading is that every trade has an uncertain outcome. And that's so true. You could be following your strategy from beginning to end. However, trading is based off of probability. So as long as you have a setup that allows for you to win over a series of trades, you will be profitable in the end. You really have to focus on the process over the outcome because profits follow consistency. The reason I added this guy working out right here is because when going to the gym, initially you do not see results, but over time, as you follow your process, you get the outcome that you desire. So it's really just about following a process to the end to get your desired outcome. And right here are the core 4 things that every trader should be implementing in every trade, or else you will not be successful. If you do not follow one of these, it will lead to your demise. In each trade, you have to be disciplined. You have to stick to your rules no matter what. Don't try to break your setup because as soon as you try to break your risk management and over leverage, allocate more money into the trade than you intended, then it may lead to you risking more and losing more and then blowing your account. And you don't want to blow your account because that's just going to be a big setback. So it's really just about staying disciplined, sticking to these rules. Patience. Wait for high probability setups. Most traders lose because they can't wait. A lot of traders like to force setup. They like to enter the market, start gambling, because that's essentially what it is. If you're not waiting for your setup, you're just entering because you think or you feel like you could predict the market, you're just gambling, and that's how you can lose in the long run. And the goal in trading is to survive. You do not want to be the person that's going out here trying to get these big wins constantly, because that's going to hurt you in the end. Risk management. Risk management is so important in trading. This is really the thing that determines whether you float or sink, because position sizing and stop placement matter more than predictions. It's really just about allowing yourself to take these multiple trades. Like I said, trading is based off of taking a series of trades with your strategy that allows you to be profitable over time. So if you don't have risk management, it's not even going to allow you to take those series of trades. If you're going all in on one trade and blowing your account, it's really going to hurt you. So if you're going all in on one trade, now you're risking the potential to blow your account and starting all over again. And that's the biggest loss you can really take in trading. And the last one we're going to talk about is A plus setup. So A plus setup is a trade that checks every box in your system. This is the thing that places the odds in your favor. So later in this course, I'm going to be giving y'all the A plus setups that I use in the market that allow me to have success over multiple trades, whether it's patterns, whether it's break and retest, whether it's trend line breakouts, whatever it is. I'm gonna really sit here and cover it so y'all can have these A plus setups at y'all disposal to become successful in the end. Before coming into markets, you have to practice before you start using real money. So paper trading is a way for you to do that, as it's a simulation mode that allows for zero risk. You're not allocating your own money up there. You're not losing money trying to do a bunch of evals, because in the early stages, you want to learn your strategies. So this allows for you to build confidence. And then once you're consistent within the paper trading, that's when I advise you move on to a prop firm account, and then you can scale there. Because if you can't win on paper, you can't win under pressure. But the thing is, you don't want to stay on paper trading accounts for too long, as emotions do come into play when using real accounts. And that's something else you're going to have to master within yourself as a trader to improve over time. All right. So right here is the thing I know y'all want to hear. And this is how you can scale your money the fastest. So after you're consistent with the paper trading, then you could get funded with a prop firm. The prop firm that I use is Apex Trader Funding. And with that account, you have to pass an evaluation to prove to the platform that you're disciplined. And then once you pass it, now you have a live account. After you make 3K on that account, anything after that is your profit. The first 25K you get goes all to you 100%. Anything after that, it's a 90-10 split. So you keep 90% and you give them 10%. So this removes the fear of blowing your personal savings or taking on debt. Because if you lose money on these accounts, you just lose the account. So let's say you have a 50K account, you lose 3,000, now you just blew the account. You don't have to pay back that 3,000, now you can just start over with another account and now you're back at 50K. So I feel like this is the smartest way to scale once you prove to yourself that your system works for you. But for you to understand that your system works, you have to go into paper trading and understand your strategy. So when you come over to the prop firms, you're able to perform well. And this is just the foundation of trading. But trading is based on mindset, structure, and execution. In the next video, I'll be covering technical analysis, which is the charting part of trading. So it's going to allow you to understand how to read structure, spot setups, and trade with confidence. So if you want to master the markets, you must master yourself. And the way you can do so is by subscribing to my channel for more breakdowns and futures trading content. And you can also join my Discord where I alert for setups, so you can see how I think when going into a trade and the breakdowns that I do when doing trading. And lastly, follow my Instagram at Jord_1K for exclusive trading content. That's really all for today's video. Like I said, next video is technical analysis. So subscribe so y'all can see that video next. I'll catch y'all next video.